Hey friends, I got a tasty twist on comfort food for you today. It's turkey loaf. Now, I've had several friends give me a grimacing face when I say turkey, but watch those same friends when I invited them over for dinner leave with a different point of view. Their final words on the dish: delicious. Let's head to the kitchen.
Hey there, welcome to my recipe journal. My name is Jackie. I'm not a chef, food critic, I've never been to culinary school, but what I do have is over 30 years experience serving my friends and family tasty meals and treats. Lately, I've decided to expand on my knowledge, try some new recipes, new flavors, new techniques, and I'd like to pay it forward and share what I know, both old and new. I've decided to document my journey by journaling my experience. Okay, friends, let's head to the kitchen.
Okay, guys, let's talk about washing protein. Now, some people say you should, some people say no. But especially no, when it comes to poultry of any kind, and the worry there is salmonella poisoning. And I totally get that. I understand that because, yes, I've had salmonella poisoning before as well. But never has my family suffered from it. The reason why I got it was because I was washing my floor, hands and knees scrubbing my bare hands with no gloves in a bucket with a brush and scrubbing the floor. And at the time, I was a smoker. I washed my hands off, but apparently not well enough. And the action of taking my hand with the cigarette close to my mouth, smoking, that way I developed or caught salmonella poisoning that way. Apparently, there must have been some kind of chicken juices or whatever on the floor. But washing off the proteins in the sink, my family has never ever developed salmonella poisoning. As a matter of fact, that's the way we singled out. That's how I developed it because no one else was scrubbing the floor, guys, just me. So, however you prepare your proteins, if you wash or if you don't, you can go ahead and continue what you've been doing. I'm not saying to do it or not to do it. I'm just showing you how I start this dish and how I prepare it. 1 pound of ground turkey, Lawry's Total Seasoning for cooking and grilling, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, 2 large eggs, 1 sleeve of Ritz crackers crushed finely. Now you may notice that there are no onions or peppers in this meatloaf, which is traditionally what's in most meatloaf. That's because my husband does not like onions or peppers or really most any vegetable. But if your family likes those onions, peppers, things like that in their meatloaf, by all means, tweak the recipe to what your family will eat and enjoy. This is something that I have come up with on my own. It's a Jackie original. First thing you want to do is I use Lawry's seasoning. It's called Total Season for cooking and grilling. Um, and it's basically kind of like a garlic blend. And I think maybe parsley or something like that. But this is what I use on it. I just thought I would show you how I do it. I can just kind of coat it to where it looks like it's got a good amount on there. If I had to guess, I would say maybe it's a tablespoon, maybe more. Add 2 eggs. Next, you're going to stir your eggs into your seasoned ground turkey. So next what I do is I have a Worcestershire sauce, and this kind is actually vegetarian because most Worcestershire sauce, I hope I'm saying that right, Worcestershire, um, and like I just kind of splash it in there. I don't measure anything with this. Like I said, I just threw this together. I would say that maybe I put 2 teaspoons in there. But anyway, so I became a vegetarian about, I don't know, 18 years old. And then I met my husband around that time too. He has always been this is what my definition of people who eat meat, carnivores. That's beef, pork, seafood, whatever, meat, potatoes guy. Well, we've always had a little bit of a problem getting dinner together with me being a vegetarian and him being that way. But in 2016, I had decided to try to become healthier, and my goal was to start doing 5Ks. My ultimate goal has always been I want to do a marathon. I don't know if that's ever going to be in the cards for me anymore, but I was trying to train for a 5K because that might sound funny to some people, like train for it, but I was unhealthy and still need to get healthier. But I was training for this 5K, and I asked my husband to, you need to be more, fit too or whatever. So you need to come along with me and get out there and start walking, and we need to do this together. Long story kind of shortened. While we were training in the park, whatever, trying to build up our endurance for this 5K, my husband got bit by a tick. And ever since that moment, he has been allergic to beef and pork. And they say it's called Afgel syndrome. It's where your body is allergic to, I think it's mammal meats or whatever. But he can have milk and cheese and stuff and it doesn't bother him. But beef really, really tears him up. It's the Sweet Baby Ray's, and what you're going to do is you're just going to coat the top with it. You are going to take this and put it into a 350 degree oven, preheated, and you're going to put it in there for 50 minutes. Been in there for 50 minutes. And so I'm just going to go along the edges here, crossing my fingers that this thing will come out okay. Because sometimes stuff like this can be tricky. Most of the time it does fine, especially in a silicone pan like this. And I think the trick is just to go really quickly with it. There we go. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is this dish right here. Like I said, it's kind of iced like a cake. Raised him from the time where Michael's dad passed away. And I remember a lot of my experimenting days and things like that. Michael's brother was there for it, and I think he kind of got excited about it, me experimenting with different dishes. And of course, a lot of the experiments with, well, I think all of them really, chicken or turkey because of my husband's allergy. And it's funny, all of the different things I would come up with. I'd say, well, what's this called? What's this called? And I'd say, this is chicken surprise. Well, so many chicken surprises, we had to start coming up with numbers for it. Chicken surprise number 2. I actually forgot what it was that I had came up with, because there's a particular recipe. I had so many surprises that I had to come up with some unique names for some of my creations. And one of them was, guess what, chicken butt. Oh my goodness. I remember the name of the recipe. I mean, the name of the dish that I came, but I don't remember how to put it together. Well, there you have it, friends. One of our weekly regulars, turkey loaf. And for those who are doubters about turkey being the star of this dish, I'd say that old saying, don't knock it until you try it. And I hope you will. Let me know in the comments if you do try it and what you think of it. And that's all for this week. Thanks so much for hanging out and spending your time with me. If you found any value in this video, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell. I'll catch up with you next week with another recipe. And until then, lots of love and blessings to you. Take care.